The year our minds began to die, 2016. And the collapse of deep thinking, you've probably felt it. That strange, hollow feeling after scrolling endlessly. The sense that time has passed, but nothing real has stayed. You opened the app for a few minutes and left it. An hour later, eyes blurred, mind buzzing, soul untouched. It wasn't always like this. There was a time when people could sit in silence, read entire books, have hour-long conversations without glancing at a screen. There was presence. There was patience. There was depth. Compare that with today. Try having a conversation without someone checking their phone. Try sitting still in a waiting room without the reflex to unlock your screen. Try finishing an article without switching tabs halfway through. It's not that we've become lazy, we've become rewired. Our minds, once expansive and focused, are now fragmented, conditioned to crave the next hit of dopamine, the next flash of movement, the next 10-second distraction. And what we're losing in this trade is not just time, and as who we are when we're truly thinking. Somewhere along the way, we stopped engaging with the world and started consuming it. Not slowly, but rapidly, endlessly. We traded contemplation for speed, silence for noise, intellect for algorithms. And the scariest part, most people don't even realize it. They think it's normal, they think it's modern. But what's happening to us is a slow erosion of presence, of memory, of critical thought, a collective shrinking of attention, a silent epidemic of mental dueling. Go back to 2016. That year didn't just mark a cultural shift. It was a neurological one. TikTok began rising, and the world changed, not in one catastrophic event, but in small, seemingly innocent updates. Video lengths got shorter, algorithms got smarter, platforms stopped asking us to pause. They demanded we never stop. Instagram shifted from curated stillness to dopamine-driven loops. YouTube added autoplay. Notifications became colorful, buzzing reminders that nothing should ever hold our focus for too long. And we obeyed. We adapted. We began to scroll, as if it were breathing. But there's a cost to this, because every time we surrender to the next swipe, we chip away at our capacity for stillness, for presence, for thought. Our brains, trained for millennia to thrive in silence, reflection, and nuance, are now bombarded by rapid stimuli engineered not to inform, but to hijack. The infinite scroll is no accident. Neither is order. These are not designed features. They are traps, built on behavioral psychology, tested to keep you hooked. It's not content, it's conditioning. And the deeper issue is this: what happens to a society that no longer tolerates stillness, that flinches at boredom, that sees silence as a problem to be fixed with noise? We stop thinking, not just casually, fundamentally, because thought, real thought, requires space. It requires discomfort. It requires time. And we've trained ourselves out of it. This is more than a digital addiction. It's cognitive erosion. Studies now show that average IQ scores in several developed countries have begun to decline. For the first time in generations, we're not getting smarter, we're sliding backward. Not because we lack access to information, but because our minds are no longer trained to hold it, work with it, or question it. Knowledge has been reduced to trivia. Understanding replaced with summaries. Depth replaced with speed. The human brain wasn't built for this level of fragmentation. It wasn't built to juggle 50 notifications while solving a problem, replying to a text, watching a reel, and pretending to listen. We're not multitasking, we're jumping from one shallow pool to the next, never staying long enough to feel, to learn, to evolve. And it's not just cognitive, it's emotional. The constant stimulation dulls not just thought, but feeling. It numbs joy. It breeds anxiety. It disconnects us not only from each other, but from ourselves. Think about it. When was the last time you were alone and fully present? No screen, no background noise, just you and your thoughts. Most people can't do it, not because they're weak, but because their minds have been rewired to reject it. We've come to a point where clarity feels uncomfortable and distraction feels safe, where depth feels like work and superficiality feels like relief, where being informed is less important than being entertained. And it shows in our conversations, in our relationships, in our politics, in our culture. We now live in a world where critical thinking is rare, not because we don't have the capacity, but because we no longer practice. Reflection has become inconvenient. Long-form content is too much. Reading an entire book is a flex, not a habit. And somewhere in this shift, we've started to lose not only the ability to think clearly, but the desire. It didn't happen all at once. It happened gradually, like erosion, like a slowly. First, attention span, then memory, then creativity, then emotional resilience. And still, we scroll. Still, we swipe. Still, we fill every pause with noise. Because to stop, to truly stop, would mean facing what we've been avoiding. The realization that something is very, very wrong. And yet, this isn't a call to fear. It's a call to remember. Because beneath the noise, beneath the conditioning, beneath the digital reflexes, your mind is still there, waiting, capable, hungry, not for more content, for more meaning, not for more updates, for more truth. You are not born for speed. You are not designed to be a vessel for algorithms. You are meant to feel, to question, to contemplate, to remember. And if you're feeling the ache of disconnection, if your thoughts feel slower, if your memory feels dimmer, if your ability to concentrate feels like it's slipping away, it's not just in your head. It's real. You are not broken. You are responding to a system designed to distract you from yourself. But awareness is the beginning of freedom. The moment you see the bars of the cage, you're no longer just a prisoner. You become a witness. And with that witnessing comes power. The power to resist, to reclaim, to rebuild. No, you can't undo years of conditioning overnight, but you can start slowly, intentionally, radically. You can choose to read something all the way through. You can choose to finish a thought before picking up your phone. You can choose to sit in silence, just long enough to remember what your own mind sounds like. You can choose to feel the discomfort of boredom and not run from it. Because boredom isn't the enemy. It's the beginning. It's where imagination lives. It's where original thought takes root. It's the quiet ground from which wisdom grows. And if we daren't reclaim it, someone else will continue to profit from the erosion of our minds. The most revolutionary thing you can do right now is focus. Pay attention, be here, fully, in a world that profits from your distraction. Presence becomes a radical act. And there's more, so much more to remember. If this message echoed something deep within you, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe, think with us, and remember, life begins the moment you question it.